Okay, I have a short break, and so just in 2 minutes, I gotta Kyung Mi, I tagged you. So this is for you, but this is for everybody who sits a lot or pianists who have to practice a lot. And in my last live, I on our conversation, I mentioned how pianists need to have a really strong powerhouse so that you can be free in the shoulders. So there's always that balance, strength and stability, and then mobility. Our mobility is built on stability. Okay, so we don't want things moving all over the place, kind of like playing like this. So the first thing that comes to mind, there's so many ways that we can approach this because it's kind of like a puzzle, but just really, really quick, because I want these lives to be short and quick. Hi, is I'm seated on my chair, kind of like how I would sit for sitting at the piano, not too far back. I always say, like, if you were wearing a micro mini skirt, heaven forbid, that's about where the chair should reach you. And so I'm going to turn back forward, or slightly on an angle. Okay, there. Feet are in line. So like the knees are in line with the hips, in line with the ankles and the feet, or the other way around. Okay, anyhow, we want that alignment. And then sit as straight as you can, just pulling in, like if you had, I know we always use the comparison of corset. Oh, ciao Maria. Ti saluto. Ok. Purtroppo non c'è il traduttore per questi video live dal vivo. Okay, so we have everything in line here. And the first place that I wanted to go was just to have breath. Okay, so you can even place your hands at the base of your rib cage. Take a deep breath in and just see where the air goes in, like even one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Because the one thing that creates a lot of tension is if we take breath and we go, you see how I can't do it anymore because so many years of breathing here. This is good for singers too. We want to feel air expand in the rib cage. Let me say that properly. We want the rib cage to expand with air. So if possible, to the sides and out. Hi. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And just feeling the rib cage. Hi, Linda. You can do this breathing with me too. Inhaling and exhaling. So I'm pretty confident that my sternum and my collarbones are not lifting when I breathe. So I can keep my hands on my rib cage and just breathe like that. Okay, so that's an exercise in itself. When you feel pretty good about your breath technique, you'll notice right away because it calms you down right away. And that's one of the gifts of Pilates. So I'm on my chair. We're still talking about lower back pain, right? At some point, oh, ciao, Silvia. Place the hand on the one side of the chair, pull into it like you're kind of squeezing the air out, and then lift the other arm up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And another thing about the breath is that it aligns, because it relaxes a lot of muscles. It helps bring you into better alignment. So rib cage is over the pelvis, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling and stretch over to the side and come up. You can switch arms anyway. You can go this way, fancy, and switch over. But yeah, let's stick with that. So when the hand goes into the side of chair, stretch, reach with the other side. So now we have opposition. And push and reach and bend. And then bend the elbows, bend both elbows down. This hand is pushing and this hand is reaching up. And I push into the side of the chair as I lengthen my spine and come up. And yeah, so the key here is not to go too far. Like, we don't want to go this way, my head drops and my arms here. We actually want to keep things like same amount of air between my ear and my arm. And so as I go over, I'm keeping my spine in alignment. I think this is more than 5 minutes, but anyhow, and keeping that same alignment. Neck is straight, same amount of air between the arm and the ear, because it takes effort, it takes work. So that my stretch now is built on a foundation of strength. Hi, Leslie. Did I wave? Tried to wave. Yeah. Okay, so that was my first thought. So that's 2 thoughts: breathing, side stretch. Third, I can't count. The third idea is plank, to develop that strength. So I'm not going to do it here, but it would be side plank, any kind of side plank where you're lying on your side. You could be on your elbow, you could be on your hands. So it can be a little bit more difficult, but that side plank strength is really, really key. And mobility, just moving, right? If you're sitting a lot, and I do exercises for seniors, but I've just started calling it have a seat Pilates, because sometimes we don't have time to get onto the mat. And it's just, we have to fit the exercise in really quickly. And there's some things you can do, even breaks you can take. Just, hi Sue Ellen. You could breaks you can take when you're seated. You know, you don't even have to get up. Well, we should, but anyhow, you can just run on the spot, heels, have a little bit of bounce, so that we also, you know, it helps with the bone density. We can clap on our thighs. You know, children's games. It feels like child's play, and that's exactly what child's play is. It's good for the body. You tap your toes. You can march on the spot, lift the whole foot. Okay, so previously I was only lifting the heels, and you can lift the whole foot and kind of run on the spot. You can get the arms going, right? Seems really silly, but these things just get your body moving, and these are little breaks that you take throughout the day. And those are the things that I can think of. Kyungmi is a pianist, and her brother is a very talented artist. So I tagged her in this, and you can somehow find her. Maybe I'll look for her brother's page and put that on my Facebook. The last thing that I can think of is flossing. This is actually from physical therapy. So if there are any physical therapists who watch this, you can feel free to correct me. So it starts with one arm down and the other arm is up at goalpost. And which way are we going to go? We're going to go this way. There we go. Yeah, so it's like a string tied to my fingers, and the head goes with the fingers and then comes back up. And it's just flossing that nerve, and really, really subtle, but very, very important, because that's where we get the tension if we're sitting for hours. And I think that's enough on that side. You can do many more. You can do 10, 20, more than once throughout the day, but I just wanted to give you a sample, and you can even do it it's pretty safe, because as long as you don't feel any pinching, but you'll feel right away like, oh yeah, that's a movement that I don't really do, and that will help with, oh gosh, goodness and gosh at the same time. This is something you can do just sitting as a small break, right? And it just gets that tension out of your shoulders. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll keep these coming. Usually I do it after I teach, so I have these ideas fresh in my mind. All right, hope you're having a great day. Bye.